Welcome. So we're going to answer this question before us. It says, find two equations of the circle which touch the x-axis, have a radius of 5, and passes through the point 0.8. Okay, so a bit of a tricky question here. The first thing I would do is just give it a bit of a sketch for myself. So let's just draw ourselves some axes here. What are we told? We are told that it's touching the x-axis, it has a radius of 5, and is passing through the point 0.8. So if I come here, I know that this is 8. I know that it's touching the x-axis and it's going through that. So if we can just picture this for a second, it's going to look something. Let's see if I can do that a bit better. It's actually quite, it actually doesn't matter how you draw it. Like the prettiness of it, that's pretty good. That's basically what it's going to look like. And we know that the radius is 5. So that's what we know. Now you need to pause for a moment and think, what can we say? What can we figure out here? Because if we write this out, I don't know what my x shift is. Do I know what my y shift is? Do I know how far? Well, I do, don't I? I know that it's shifted 5 up. So this will be minus 5 squared, right? Because this here will be 5. Like that's 5 there. So the thing has been shifted 5 up. It's been moved to the right a bit and it's shifted 5 up. And I know that this is going to be 25 because that's just the radius squared. What I need to figure out is what this value here is. Let's call it b, because that's what I'm using over there. I need to figure out what b is. Now, pause, see if you can think about it. All right, hopefully you paused, hopefully you've thought about it. If you haven't, make sure to pause and think about it. To do this, the best way to go about it, I think, is to use Pythagoras. So if we think for a second, let's come here. What is that length right there? Well, that's just the radius, so it's 5. What is this length here? Well, this is 5 and this is 8, which makes this 3. And therefore, we can figure out what this is here. And would you agree with me that that length is just going to be the b value? Because it's just the distance from the origin out to here. So b is simply going to be 5 squared minus 3 squared is equal to b squared. 25 minus 9 is equal to b squared. 16 is equal to b squared. That means plus or minus 4 is going to be equal to b. Therefore, what is my answer going to be? I know that this b here is 4. So it's going to be x minus 4 squared plus y minus 5 squared is equal to 25. But this is where you have to be careful. Do you notice how it says find two equations and how we got a plus or minus here? That means we also need to consider when it's plus 4 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 25. And the reason why you have to include both is because even though we've drawn it like this, it would be just as accurate. With all that information, we could have drawn it so it looked like this instead. All right, and now that is 8, but now we're at -4 on the other side. So that's why you have to include both equations. All right, so that's how you answer that question, a bit of Pythagoras. So let me highlight those answers. That one and that one. Hopefully you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.